Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the November Committee of the Whole meeting. I'd ask any member of the committee to declare pecuniary interest rate may arise during the meeting or now. Seeing none, move to item number 3. The Emergency Medical Services Exemplary Service Medal recognizes professionals in the provision of pre-hospital emergency medical services to the public who have performed their duties in an exemplary manner, characterized by good conduct, industry, and efficiency. Recipients must have been employed with EMS on or after October 31st, 1991, and have completed 20 years of exemplary service, including at least 10 years in the performance of duties involving potential risk. This year, out of the 12 Lambton EMS staff nominated, we are proud to be represented by 8 paramedics receiving exemplary service medals who we wish to recognize today. Lambton EMS paramedics who received 20-year exemplary service medals this year are Matthew Charlton, Jose Emilio, Elizra Adolahi Jorga, Shane Kennard, and Ann Miller. Lambton EMS paramedics who received 30-year bars recognizing an additional 10 years of service after previously receiving exemplary service medals are John Cann, Roy Gowan, and Tim McFadden. We are proud of the accomplishments of our staff and honored to be able to recognize their achievements and ongoing contributions to our community. Those that are in the gallery with those awards, please stand. Congratulations. Item number 4, Infrastructure and Development Services Division. We have 3 correspondence to receive and file. Councillor Case and Councillor Broad, seconds. Okay, and Deputy Warden White, you want to speak to one of those? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, there we are. Thank you. Item B, the Good Roads letter in regards to establishing a rural road safety program. I think I'd like to endorse that. So I'll make a motion to endorse the motion that's contained within that report, please.
Okay, so you want to endorse a motion for that then? You move that, seconded by Councillor Case, and do you want to speak to that, Councillor Case?
Yes, Mr. Warden, I was going to ask if we could have some more information on 4A and 4B. They're both connected to roads, and I was wondering if Ms. Nada would be able to share with us maybe a little more information on both of them. I think they're both important enough that we should maybe hear from her, so thank you.
Okay, Ms. Nada, please.
If I could, through you, Warden Marriott, could Jason Cole is on the line and would like to speak to 4A and 4B.
Okay. Mr. Cole, please.
Thank you, Warden, through you to Councillor Case. For the correspondence from 4A, we received this piece of correspondence, which is a notice of a study commencement. So the ministry's typical Class EA study to look at improvements on Highway 40 from County Road 4 to Churchill Road, so going north to Churchill Road. The county will be involved with that study process as it would any other MTO project. We'll want to include inputs and work with them to make sure that our interests are maintained at those crossroads. This is the opportunity through this process to find out more about the project. So we'll see what that's about. We don't know more about that now. For item B, we received the piece of correspondence from Scott Butler and the Good Roads Association. They are proposing to put forward an Ontario Rural Road Safety Program and would like to receive support from the province for this program. The Good Roads Association saw a similar program happen in the United States. It was supported by the federal government there, and it targeted smart improvements with a similar concept to Vision Zero to make smart improvements on rural roadways to reduce collisions, especially in the roadside environments, improving the roadside environment. These were targeted measures that would reduce collisions on rural roadways. It was very successful. It had a huge uptake in the United States, and Good Roads would like to see the provincial government support a similar program here with targeted money towards those types of improvements. We feel this is an important aspect for us at the county as well as at the local municipalities to really help improve that safety of our roadways. In Lambton County, the Ontario statistics from 2021 back 10 years from 2021, which is the most recent that's published, shows that in Lambton County we have between 5 and 10 collisions a year that result in 1 or more fatalities as part of those collisions. So anything we can do to reduce that and the support we can get from the province would be extremely helpful.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. Any other questions, comments on the motion? Okay, so motion on item B, correct? All in favor of that? Opposed, if any? That's carried. So motion to receive and file A and C. Councillor Bean and Deputy Warden White, all in favor? That's carried. Information reports. We have 5. How would you like to deal with these? One at a time or all 5? Motion to receive all 5. Councillor Bean and Councillor Case. Any discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Item C, reports requiring a motion regarding primary public safety answering point service agreement renewal. Motion for the recommendation. Councillor Broad and Councillor Ferguson. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Any other business for infrastructure and development? Seeing none, we move on to item number 5, Public Health Services Division and EMS Department. We have 1 information report. Motion to receive and file this report. Councillor Miller. Councillor Atkinson seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Any other business for Public Health Services? Seeing none, moving on to number 6, Cultural Services Division. We have 3 information reports. Look for a motion to receive and file. Councillor Broad and Councillor Hand seconds. All in favor? It's carried. 6B, reports requiring a motion. There's 3 reports. I'd look to a motion for the first one to adopt the recommendation. Councillor Case and Councillor Agar seconds. All in favor? It's carried. Second one regarding libraries and donations. Motion to adopt the recommendation on that one. Councillor Veen, Councillor Hand, all in favor? It's carried. C, regarding museums, gallery, and archives. Motion to adopt that recommendation. Deputy Warden White and Councillor Loosely, all in favor? It's carried. Any other business for cultural services today? Well, I'm sorry, Councillor Loosely, please.
Yeah, thank you, Warden Merritt. I just wanted to go back to, I had my hand up, I don't think you saw me, in regards to 6BA for that Creative County Grant Program Analysis. I just wanted to just mention thank you for that report to Mr. Meyer. I thought it was very well done, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to Long-Term Care Division. We have 2 information reports there. Motion to receive and file these. Councillor Atkinson moves. Councillor Miller seconds. All in favor? That's carried. Any other business for long-term care? Moving on to number 8, Corporate Services Division. Have 1 correspondence to receive and file there. Councillor Broad moves. Councillor Boucher seconds. Councillor Bradley.
We're referring to the Omgenon correspondence.
Correct.
I'm not going to support the receive and file. I would suggest that yourself or the administrator meet with the chief, the new chief, and the band council and discuss this further and then report back to us. If the receive and file fails, that's what I'd move.
Okay, so we'll call the question on the motion that's on the floor then. All in favor? Opposed? The motion carries.
Can you record that vote, please, Mr. Warden? Because I'm not quite sure us are on the Zoom today because of the nature of the
I
meeting.
don't think we have recorded votes in committee. So we can do a recount if you like. We can do a recorded vote at council. Yeah, only at council, Councillor Bradley.
Okay, so this will be at the next meeting though. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Item B, other business. Any other business for long-term care? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm at wrong spot here. Information reports, there's one to receive and file under corporate services. Look for a motion to receive and file that. Councillor Ferguson and Councillor Sageman. All in favor? That's carried. B, reports requiring a motion. Motion to adopt the recommendation regarding the collection agency services for provincial offenses and municipal collections. Councillor Cook moves and Councillor Kay seconds. All in favor? It's carried. Any other business for corporate services? Seeing none, move on to Item 10, Finance Facilities and Acquisitions Division. We have one information report. Look to receive and file that one. Councillor Agar moves. Councillor Sageman seconds. All in favor? That's carried. And number 11, Social Services Division. We have two correspondence there to receive and file. Moved by Councillor Boucher and second by Councillor Atkinson. All in favor? It's carried. Sorry, who's first? Councillor Cook. No, Councillor Bradley.
I was going to suggest that we endorse the Western Ontario's Warden's Caucus letter to the Prime Minister. It is exactly what basically we passed as a council back on May the 1st, asking for leadership on this issue from the federal government and the province.
Okay, you move that, Councillor Bradley. You have a seconder?
Move it be endorsed.
To endorse, Councillor Case, you second that? All in favor of that? That's carried. So we would receive and file the first one. So did we have a motion for that? Yeah, we have a motion for that one. All in favor of that? Sorry, I did that wrong. That's carried. 11B, information reports. There's two there to receive and file. Oh, Chrissy, sorry. We'll get the motion on the floor first. Councillor Hand moves. Councillor McRoberts, would you second that and then speak to it? Thank you.
Thank you, through the chair. This is regarding B. I've attended a few events for employment, and I'm really getting into that. So I do have some questions regarding the report that came out. I would like to know more about the service system manager that comes out of Windsor. And please work with me, Ms. Colasanti, as I'm just learning all of this. We have stats on the front page of that report that say we had 412 new intakes that were completed and 63 people job seekers had secured employment. So what I'm finding out now from all of this, when we were renewed in the beginning of the year, that maybe we didn't get as much funding as we had requested, and that we had added staff to look after these specific folks, which I believe was 6 people in your report. So do we have enough money to cover paying those folks, even though we got less funding for that? Or is the county chipping in to cover the employment portion? My second question is, some folks spoke to a performance bonus funding that we can get if we, and you did put down that after a month we had contacted folks to see if they were still employed, which is great. A lot of them were, but the performance bonuses are, I understand, for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. That if these folks that we've found employment for are still employed, and we can have them come in because we are contacting them and confirm they're still employed, then the county, this department would get this bonus funding that could also be used to help these folks get more training or get things that they need to continue their employment. So I'm just wondering, there was no mention of any of the bonuses that come with that. Are we even applying for those things? And if you could just answer any of that right now, that would be great. Thank you.
Ms. Colasani, please.
Certainly, through you, Warden, to Councillor McRoberts. Maybe I can just give a little bit of background. So in several years ago, the province started doing social assistance transformation. Part of that was employment transformation. So in 2024, employment services was removed from Ontario Works. So it used to be part of our service contract that came to the county. Those dollars were removed. You might recall in the 2024 budget, we lost $1.4 million in the Ontario Works budget. Ontario Works continues to work with their clients on employment, or they call it life stabilization now. But the employment part went to the service system manager. In our region, and our region makes up Windsor, Essex, Chatham-Kent, and Sarnia-Lambton. In our region, the city of Windsor was the successful service system manager, or the SSM that you referenced. So we work with the city of Windsor. We have a contract with them to provide employment services. We put in a proposal to do those employment services, and we were successful. We get funding based on the number of intakes we do. So we did receive enough funding to cover a supervisor and the 6 employment workers that we keep at Lambton Works. Since then, we've actually received additional dollars. We just updated that service contract for, I believe, another $190,000. So we'll be able to hire another employment counselor. So at this time, those positions are all paid 100% through the SSM, and they get their money from the province. So you're right, though, there is a portion that's performance funding. We did not build the performance funding into the budget because we're new. We just started this in January, so we didn't want to put the county at risk and have anything budgeted under that. If we do receive performance funding, it will go to the bottom line of that department to cover any deficit, or it would go into a reserve, which we would ask that we could use in the following year, as you mentioned, to provide additional training, things like that. So the performance, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but I can certainly get back to you on that. We receive so much dollars if someone is employed, if they remain employed for 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months, but it depends of the type of individual that we place. Individuals are streamed into 3 areas, A, B, and C, depending on their skill base and their barriers. So it's a fairly complex funding system, but at this time, our performance funding, I can't speak to it. It would be fairly small, because again, we only started in January. We've placed, 65 individuals. It's probably more. This was just up to the last quarter, and I don't have that data in front of me. But certainly at year end, and when we're doing budget, that will be identified there. Thank you.
Follow up, Councillor McRoberts.
Thank you to the chair. Are our staff actively checking on, because we only made reference to the folks that have been employed over for 1 month that we did a check. So are we actively, with those 6 employees, actually reaching out and saying, hey, can you provide confirmation, like a pay stub, I understood was all they needed? Because I mean, it could be up to $1,500 per person, right? So as I understand, if they fit into that ABC, like the most difficult to employ, I'm just thinking that'd be great money to use for all of these different things.
Ms. Colasani, please.
Through you, Warden, to Councillor McRoberts. Absolutely. We have to report on that data to both the City of Windsor and the Ministry every quarter, and we do follow up at 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months. There's actually a lot more follow-up because if you can imagine, if someone's not been employed for a while, it's really great to touch base with them, make sure they're staying employed, making sure that they're not having any challenges around childcare, transportation. So our staff are in constant discussion with those individuals they place into employment.
Councillor McRoberts.
Could I please request that that stat be added to the next report that comes out every month? I would appreciate that.
Okay, I'll ask if that's possible, Ms. Colasani.
Through you, Warden Marriott, to Councillor McRoberts. I don't know that we would be able to do it every month. That would be somewhat onerous. We report to the SSM quarterly, so we'd be happy to include it in the quarterly stats report.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. We'll call the question on that. All in favor? Opposed, if any? Is carried. Any other business for Social Services Division today? Seeing none, item number 12, in camera. Look for a motion to go in camera for the reasons stated in the agenda. Councillor Hand, Deputy Warden White, all in favor? That's carried. We'll be in Committee Room 3. Okay, I don't think we have any announcements, just look for a motion to adjourn the Committee of the Whole. Councillor Case and Councillor Atkinson, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you very much.